What's up guys, and welcome back to another video. My name is Jason Pickett, and today we are talking about the biggest thing that has affected the quality of my videos most recently, and that is lighting. As most of you may know, if you're into videography, photography, cinematography, or anything like that, you know, or you should know, that lighting is a very, very important aspect of all of those skills. To be honest, for me, I never took lighting that seriously. I would usually just set a time throughout the day that worked best for my schedule, show up, whip out the camera, and start shooting. And over time, I started to realize that I was losing a lot of different things because I wasn't paying attention to lighting. Over time, I realized that this was really detrimental to my videos, not only because they were either overexposed or underexposed all the time, but my lenses were having trouble focusing, and I was ending up with images that were not as clean and clear as I would have liked. So most recently, I've started to pay more attention to what time of day I'm shooting, as well as what external lighting sources I have with me to help facilitate with the light that's already provided at the set or at the location. So we're gonna break this down into two significant lighting tips that I have used to ensure quality in my videos and to help give my videos an overall better look and feel. Number one is going to be the time of day that I'm shooting. Like I said, I used to not worry too much about the time of day, but now it's something that I worry about a lot. The reason being is that the time makes such a difference for what kind of light you have outside, and therefore what kind of look you can get off of your camera or with your client. So for me, I'm gonna be shooting mainly at two times of day, either early in the morning or late at night, also referred to as the golden hours. If you ever have trouble figuring out when exactly that is, there's an awesome app on the Apple Store that is called Magic Hour. It tells you the exact time frames for the morning and in the afternoon that golden hour is to get the best lighting for your videos. Paying attention to just that has completely changed my videos. Not only am I getting pictures that are better exposed in the light, I'm able to create different dynamics with my videos that I wasn't able to before. I can kind of cater the time of day to what I'm going for within the video. If I'm going for something that's a little bit more happy or positive, I'm gonna be shooting more towards the morning hours. If I'm going for something that's a little bit more moody or dark, then obviously I'm gonna be shooting more towards the afternoon. So that's the number one tip that I would offer, is to pay attention to when you're shooting. Obviously, that seems like a very obvious thing, but I think a lot of times people overlook the value of the time of day that you're shooting at, including myself. The second tip that I'm gonna offer up is the external lighting sources that you're using. Again, this was something I did not pay very much mind to in the beginning, and most recently I've done a lot more investing into lighting and external lighting sources to make sure that my videos go as planned. Too many times I would show up to a shoot, it would get too dark too fast, it would already be too dark, and the video would not turn out exactly how I wanted it to turn out because there wasn't enough light. So now I always make sure to have a couple external light sources with me. Obviously, I don't have the ideal setup at this point in time, but it's something that I'm working towards. Two lights that I always carry with me are the Aperture AL-M9, which I've done a review for. And then the other one is just a cheap, newer type light off of Amazon that was around $15 to $20. It runs off of AA batteries, and it works pretty well. It gives a pretty good quality light. In fact, it's a light that is shining on this back wall right here. Now, again, the reason that external lights are so important is because it gives you more control over the setting and the scene that you have. Whether you're using them to directly light your subject, or you're using them to give light to background images, or you could just be using the light to throw in a pop of color in the background of your video, similar to what I do here when I'm filming at my desk. So let's go ahead and take a look at the impact that lighting has just on this set that I have set up here in my apartment. I'm gonna go ahead and shut off all of the lights that I have set up, and we're gonna take a look at what that looks like. This is what this video would look like if there was absolutely no lighting sources coming from external places. I have one light on in my apartment, and I have several windows surrounding me that are giving natural light, but this is what it looks like without any sort of lighting. So as you can see, it's not only a less interesting video, but it's also not as clear, not as clean of a look as with the lighting. And just to kind of explain what's going on here, and how I'm using these lights in this specific setting, is I have a lamp that's behind my monitor. The second light I already touched on is that cheap light from Amazon, and I have that shining directly on this wall, and I have a pink filter on the front of it, just to give a little bit of a pop of color to that wall and highlight some of the things that are in the background. Now on the tripod that's holding my camera, I have my Aperture AL-M9 light mounted with a orange filter on the front of it that's shining directly on me to give my skin a little bit of a better tone and to make me pop a bit more. So let's go ahead and pop back on all those lights and hopefully we'll see a little bit of a difference. Alrighty, so we're back in action with all the lights turned on, and hopefully you can kind of see the difference between the lights on and the lights off, and that will kind of give you a better idea of why lighting is so important and why you should be lighting your videos if you're not. So that is going to be the end of the video. I hope that you were able to take something away, and always remember that these are my opinions and my opinions only. I know that I have a very specific way that I shoot videos, just like all of you have a specific way that you shoot videos, and all I'm doing is trying to offer how I do it to maybe help you along your path or to give you some alternate ideas of things to do. It's my belief that nobody has the best way of doing things, they just have their way of doing things, and this is mine. So I hope you enjoyed. Again, 2 things to focus on in your videos is the time of day that you're shooting, as well as the external light sources that you have to offer. I'm gonna throw in some clips of some videos that I felt were poorly lit on my part and videos that were better lit on my part, just so that you can kind of see the differences between those videos and to hit home that idea of lighting and how important it is. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Make sure to subscribe and leave your comments below, and stay tuned for the next video. We'll see you next time.